President Biden just a short time ago speaking to the nation and to the world. The president saying he is now convinced that Vladimir Putin has made his decision to invade Ukraine in the coming days. When pressed, you believe the decision has been made to invade? The president said yes. He also said there is still room for diplomacy, but tonight, after warning of Russia's playbook that there could be a false flag operation, a manufactured incident that could then lead to something far greater, we have the unsettling images from Ukraine today. Tonight, the president saying Russia's efforts to divide at home and abroad are failing, saying the U.S. and our allies, quote, remain in lockstep. But these are the images tonight from eastern Ukraine playing out on Russian television now. Authorities believe Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine are orchestrating the appearance of a large-scale emergency, showing buses lining up to evacuate women, children, and the elderly to the safety of Russia. And today, a massive explosion reported, but an AP reporter on the scene finding just a single destroyed car. Authorities believe this might have been orchestrated too. The Russians now making the case, as all of these images now play out on Russian TV, that it's Ukraine that's actually planning military action. The president said just a short time ago that claim defies logic. Mary Bruce standing by at the White House. Martha Raddatz with Defense Secretary Austin. Is there any chance that this is a bluff from Putin? But we're going to begin with ABC senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell from Ukraine tonight.
Tonight, the president saying clearly for the first time that Vladimir Putin has decided to invade Ukraine.
As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision. We have reason to believe that.
While leaving the door open for a last chance at diplomacy, the president warning he expects an invasion to happen soon.
We have reason to believe the Russian forces are planning to and intend to attack Ukraine in the coming week, in the coming days. We believe that they will target Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, a city of 2.8 million innocent people.
Biden saying the political and economic repercussions for Russia would be severe and that the Western allies stand united. And this is what the White House has been warning for weeks would happen. A massive so-called false flag operation underway in the Russian-controlled East. Fake attacks being staged that could be used by the Kremlin to justify an invasion. Local and Russian state media propaganda now in full swing. Viewers have been shown video of emergency sirens blaring. And images of women, children and the elderly. 700,000 people being told to evacuate to Russia. But there's no credible sign of attacks underway. A massive explosion reported, but an AP reporter on the scene finding just a single destroyed car. Russian separatists accused of staging the incident. No evidence that any of this is true. And today, as expected, President Putin doubling down. Without evidence, claiming the situation in eastern Ukraine is escalating. But even now, saying Russia was still open to further diplomacy if all his security demands were on the table to negotiate. The now very real fear is Putin's forces amassed at the border will invade under the pretext of protecting the Russian-speaking population there. The Ukrainian government today categorically denying any intention of launching an offensive. The president urges calm, but people are getting ready. This gun club seeing more than a 500% increase in members in the last 3 weeks. Today, even workers from the local water supply station in Lviv taking up arms to protect their city, families and country. Natalia says if something happens, she wants to be ready to defend it.
The reality setting in for the people of Ukraine tonight. Ian Pannell joining us tonight from Western Ukraine. And Ian, the president, saying he believes Putin has made his decision to invade now. But we also know that U.S. Secretary of State Blinken and Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov have agreed to meet next week. President Biden also made it clear just a short time ago that if there's any Russian military action, obviously that meeting is off. But then the president remained hopeful that there could still be some sort of a diplomatic solution here.
Yeah, that's right, David. I mean, the two things don't seem to quite sit so easily together. It looks like a last gasp for diplomacy, but the gulf between the two sides remains as wide as ever. And if the president is right that an invasion is going to happen anyway in the next few days, it could be all too late. David.
Ian Panel with us tonight from Ukraine, leading us off. Ian, thank you. And as you heard there in Ian's piece, President Biden was definitive, saying that he believes President Putin has made this decision to invade. I want to get right to Mary Bruce, live at the White House tonight on two fronts this evening, Mary. First, I'm curious what your sources are telling you, this new urgency, the president saying the decision has been made now, what they've seen for the president to come out and then say that. And then Ukraine's President Zelensky. President Biden was asked that if Putin has made this decision, should Zelensky leave? The president saying it may not be or it may be a wise choice, that it's up to him. The White House, I know, clarifying the president is not suggesting Zelensky leave, or is he?
No, David, the White House clarifying that the president does not think it is wise for Zelensky to leave Ukraine at this moment to attend a security conference in Munich, but that ultimately the decision is up to Zelensky. Now, as for the president going this step further, saying he is confident that Putin has decided to invade, I'm told the president is going this further step now based on the intelligence he is now receiving and because of what he's seeing on the ground, that Russia is increasing its troop presence and seeming to try to create an excuse to invade. David.
Mary Bruce live at the White House for us. Mary, thank you. Our Martha Raddatz sat down with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin today in Poland as he was visiting with U.S. and Polish troops. And he made it very clear that Vladimir Putin had assembled the kind of forces on the Ukrainian border that he believes clearly point to an invasion and not a bluff. Martha then pressing on that point.
This is not a bluff.
I don't believe it's a bluff. I think it's. I think he's assembled the right the kinds of things that you would need to conduct a successful invasion. So.
He's got things like medical tents and nurses. You would never have seen that if you were going to be withdrawing your troops.
Exactly. If they were redeploying to garrison, we wouldn't be seeing the kinds of things in terms of not only combat power, but also logistical support, medical support, combat aviation that we've seen in the region.
Listing some of the things that we've witnessed on these satellite images, the medical hospitals, for one, that are part of the forces along the Ukrainian border. Martha with us tonight. And Martha, I know that you were asking that question because many at home have been wondering, too, could Vladimir Putin be bluffing, as part of this strategy? But Secretary Austin made it very clear that he doesn't believe Putin would go to these lengths unless he was actually planning something.
Exactly, David. And you have to remember that Lloyd Austin was a lifelong soldier, a career soldier. He has been in war. He has seen war up close. And he was just flabbergasted at the thought that anyone would build up those troops, would have those medical supplies, would have plasma there if they didn't intend to go in. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz from Warsaw tonight. And we should mention that Martha is now traveling to Ukraine. She'll have much more of Secretary Austin's interview as she broadcasts from Ukraine Sunday morning on ABC's This Week. We'll be watching Martha.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.